welcome back. Okay, guys, another great week. Matchup of the week was utter domination by me. But what's great is we are going into week 11, and just about everybody is still in it. That's what's great. That's what's great about this league. As you can see, I made my way to the league offices this week, so that's where I'm recording this video. It's a pretty nice office, obviously. Thank you guys for your buy-in money. This is what it does. But, yeah, I say, how about we just get right into it, huh? Week 11 power rankings, let's do it. Number 10. And this is sad. This is our first elimination of the year. Liam Walsh, former champion, reigning champion, defending champion. He's lost his 7th straight game and is officially mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Is it the saddest title defense in league history? Yeah, it is. And that's kind of all I can say. I mean, Liam's done. He's toast. He's on to next year. I'll remind everybody, Liam is now ineligible to make trades or put in claims for waivers. He can add guys after the waiver period, but you cannot put in claims. Those are reserved for the playoff contenders. But yeah, so Liam's number 10. Number 9, somebody who unfortunately I think is going down the same path as Liam, it's Connor. Not eliminated yet, but it ain't looking great, right, for Connor. I'll say that. It ain't looking great. And, not a whole lot to say about Connor's team. I mean, he's 9th. It's kind of all there is to say. So Connor's 9, not eliminated yet, but, I think we know what is probably coming. Number 8 is Ben. Now, yikes. Ben, in the last couple of weeks, has been plummeting through these rankings. I mean, it was just a couple weeks ago, Evans was like a top 2 or 3 team. But, I mean, it's just been hard to watch, honestly, these last couple of weeks. He's now, lost 2 in a row, I want to say. Right? Yeah, he lost his 2nd game in a row. Jamar is suspended this week. I mean, luckily for Evans, he's stacked up enough wins that, he really just needs to win, one more game to get in. But you got to win that game. And it's, 3 weeks left. It's getting kind of sketchy for Evans, I'm not going to lie. But he's number 8. Number 7 is Cole. Now, Cole is kind of going on a little bit of a run here. He's won 2 in a row. He's actually, the last 2 weeks have been 2 of his 3 highest scoring weeks. Things are starting to get rolling for Cole, maybe. He's still in a spot though where his points are so low. He's probably not going to win any tiebreakers versus anybody. So I think Cole's only path really is to win out, which he's won 2 in a row. So, he's just got to keep it rolling. But, I think Cole, maybe he could drop 1 and be all right, but probably not. I think winning out is his only way. But, Cole's number 7. Number 6 is Carter. Now, Carter, he just made that trade for JT, and everybody, I mean, not everybody, but some people were freaking out thinking it was rape. And I'm like, let's slow down, guys. And as we kind of saw last night, Pickens is better than Jefferson this year. It is what it is. Now, obviously, Carter's got JT going forward, but Carter, he's playing a dangerous game here. He made that trade as if he was like locked into playoffs. He's not. All right. Carter is 5-6. You lose this week, all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, are you a playoff team? I don't know. Now, everybody's record is pretty close, pretty similar, I guess. So it's like Carter could lose another game, but he's playing a dangerous game. I'll say that. And he's playing Moss this week, so interesting. There's a lot of great matchups, but we'll get to matchup of the week eventually. Number 5. This is now to the top 5. This is kind of what everybody comes for. Number 5 is someone who borderline wasn't going to be top 5. It's Jake, because Jake, yikes, his team got absolutely decimated this week. Just lost Josh Jacobs, lost Drake London, lost Jordan Love for like a quarter and a half, maybe just a quarter of the game. But yeah, Jake got hit hard by the injuries this week. And as a result, he had one of the more embarrassing performances in a matchup of the week this season. I almost doubled his points. But, Jake's team is still solid, but I will say, those are key injuries, right? And I think Jake is kind of a lock for playoffs, but, without those two guys, if they miss one or two of these last 3 weeks, Jake could go from what looked like probably a for sure top 3 seed to he could be the 5 or the 6 seed. I don't know, right? So we'll see how Jake, manages those injuries. But he's number 5. Number 4 is Dan. Dan got a win. Was it pretty? No, it was actually one of the grosser wins that we've had this year. He won putting up 90 points, but a win is a win. And, Dan's in a good spot. I mean, who would have thought earlier in the year that Dan would be one of the 6-5 teams right now? Just about nobody. And to be honest, getting rid of Saquon, that trade, I like it for Dan. I think Saquon, I dealt with him for a while. He kind of sucks to have on your team. It's just the unfortunate reality. So I like where Dan's at. I think he's in a pretty good spot. Pretty much win one more game and Dan's in. Comes down to that. But so number 3 is Moss. Now, Moss got a win last week. I think he was one of 3 people to break 100 points. So, Moss is in playoffs. At 7-4, he's in. But he does have a big game this week. It's big for Carter and it's big for Moss because, I guess not really, because Moss and Caleb are tied at 7-4. I was going to say if he wins and one of us loses, he could maybe jump up to first, but he's probably not winning a tiebreaker versus me or Caleb. So, yeah, Moss needs to win to for sure stay in the top 3. So that would be an interesting matchup of the week, but like I said, we'll get to that. Now, here is what's interesting for number 2 and number 1. Obviously, the only names left are Constance and myself. The committee sent me this rankings list, and it had Caleb at 2 and me at 1. I think it makes sense because, we both won, same record, but I blew Jake out of the water. I beat the brakes off him. And that was matchup of the week. I did it when the lights were the brightest, all that. But this is one of those times that I'm actually going to use my powers as commissioner to make a commissioner's, edit, change, whatever. Commissioner's exemption, I don't know. this week, I'm gonna lay it all on the line, right? I'm dropping my nuts out there. I'm saying there's a tie for first. It is me and Caleb tied. And I'm willing, like I said, to lay it all on the line this week. The winner not only will, you know, be the number one seed or whatever, number one in standings, in like normal standings, but I will give number one to whoever wins this game. May the tougher team win. May the better man win. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of laying my nuts out on the table here. Pretty much, I'm guaranteeing a win for myself. That's kind of what this boils down to. But I know there'd be some complaints, rankings last week were set up so that you could beat Jake and jump up to number one. First of all, I don't make the rankings, right? The committee does. And occasionally I edit them, as I'm doing right now. But that wasn't the case last week. I just reported what the committee sent me. But you know what? I'm willing, like I said, to lay it all out there. I'm not going to give myself solo possession of first in power rankings. I'll go earn it. I got no problem doing that, and I guarantee a win for me this week. So yeah, kind of laying my nuts out on the table for you guys. But that's how confident we are in our squad over here. So yeah, those are rankings. Now, do I even really need to say it? There's a ton of good matchups this week. Like because there's so many, there's 3 weeks left. There's so many pivotal games. Jake and Cole is actually a good one. Carter and Moss, that's a good one. But it's kind of obvious. It's me versus Constance. It's the game of the century, game of the year, fighting for first place. I'm laying my nuts out on the table, confirming, guaranteeing a win. So yeah, that's the matchup of the week. May the better man win. I'll remind you, I'm undefeated this year in matchups of the week. So, the trends are not on Constance's side, the betting trends. But yeah, those are rankings, guys. We're really kind of coming down to it. 3 weeks till playoffs. It's go time. Every point matters. Every game matters. You cannot, in a league like this, wins don't come easy. So yeah, I'm excited, guys. This is one of the most contentious years that we've ever had. I mean, there's always playoff spots that come down to the final week. But we're right now in a spot where it's looking like there's literally, like I said, I think me, Caleb, and Moss at 7-4 are pretty much locked into playoffs. Like, it's not mathematically clinched. But, I mean, for me or Caleb, whoever wins our game is mathematically going to clinch. But I think for me, Moss, and Caleb, the top 3 teams, you got to kind of assume we're all in. But that leaves 3 spots that are completely up for grabs out of 6 teams. So, like I said, I mean, as Jim Harbaugh says, who's got it better than us? And that's where you guys all go, nobody, because you're damn right. There's never been a league this great. You've never seen a commissioner as great as me. And yeah, I'm fired up, guys. Let's make the playoff push.